This might be really difficult for the person to hear. There has never been anything wrong. All of the suffering, all of the desperation, all of the wishing that I was better, all of the hoping that there would be a better future, all of the hating of other people, being angry and resentful, all the loneliness, all the depression. That was this appearing as that. That has always been perfection. There was never anything wrong. When there is an extreme strong belief in the me, and it's not just the belief, it's a literal contraction in the body. And it's not the same for everyone, so I can't really say where the contraction is exactly. It could be all over the body. And it's not known. It's not known until it's gone. But it's really hard to hear for the person that there has never been a problem. Nothing has ever been wrong. Everything was already this unconditional freedom. Complete emptiness appearing as boundless energy. So free, so utterly free that it can appear as being bound, as being in a prison. It can appear as torture. It can appear as immense suffering. It can appear as anything. That's how free it is. It's ironic because when there is the sense of me that isn't really real, but there's a real contraction there that produces this illusion, and the illusion isn't true reality, but it feels so real. And when that's there, it can't help but feel like there's a path, that there's a way to liberation, to awakening. I don't really know what to call it. To freedom from suffering, from separation. So it's kind of like you use this boat to get across the river, and then you cross it, and there's no need for the boat. And then you realize there was never any need for the boat. Because you realize that the other side of the river was that too, was liberation too. I don't even know if that's a good analogy, but it is the gateless gate. It feels so real, it's so convincing that there's a literal gate that you have to open when that me energy is here. It just desperately feels like this is not it. I'm not there. Something needs to change. This is not enough. And then when the me energy dissolves, disappears, then it's seen that there was never a gate ever, that the illusion was never real to begin with, that it was all just this whole time, that nothing was ever wrong, that there was never really a problem. If there's anything I can say, which I can't say really for sure, is what allowed me to have this openness to listening to this message, this radical non dual message, is I felt utterly done with seeking. In a way, I was done. I just didn't want to. I was exhausted in a way. There were just years and years of seeking. And then there was intense spiritual seeking. Um, and for the me in the story, I felt like I had tried everything that I wanted to try or that I believed would fix me or heal me or make me a better person or awaken me, whatever it was. I personally, the me, felt as if it tried everything that it believed um, would work. So there was kind of a real resonance and curiosity when it came to this message because I have a sense that I listened to it a couple years prior. I'm not even sure, it's so vague, but it didn't resonate at all. It kind of just sounded like nonsense or something. So it was just disregarded. I didn't think much of it. But this time around, something felt drawn toward it. And I just couldn't stop listening. And it allowed for like a real death of the me. Because it gave the seeking energy nothing. There was kind of a deeper and deeper understanding that there is no answer, there's nowhere to get, this is already it. Any more seeking will not get you closer, any less seeking will not get you further away. Stopping the seeking is seeking itself. There's literally nothing you can do. It stripped away all hope for the seeking energy, for the me, to be able to get to it. Because the me energy was already it, appearing as the me energy. So it was relieving and devastating at the same time. And that kind of kept fluctuating between real devastation and depression and a lot of relief and more space and openness and freedom. And in a way, it felt as if the me had naturally given up. It was done. It felt as if it tried everything that it wanted to try. This message was stripping away all hope and meaning and purpose. And there was this natural giving up. There was more and more of a realization that there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can stop doing. There's nothing I can do because there is no me. And if practices happen and if practices stop, it doesn't matter. There's still no me doing that. And there never was a me doing that or not doing that. This was always it. So sitting in silence kept happening, if it happened. And if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. If there were thoughts I should meditate a bit more or I shouldn't meditate, that's what was arising. Things naturally lost their meaning and they weren't really believed in. And no one was doing that. By hearing this message over and over by different speakers just because it was enjoyable here or it was addictive or there was just a huge resonance and this is one of the only things that interested the character at all. So I kind of couldn't help myself. So hearing the message over and over, I feel like it naturally just dismantled these things and the mind kept going in circles and I wasn't doing it. The me wasn't doing it, that it was just happening and it kept hitting a wall over and over and over and over and over. And it just got exhausted. And then it would try again over and over and over. And then it would get exhausted and realize again and again, I can't figure it out. There's no answer. So the mind exhausted itself. The me, the seeking energy had no fuel, less and less fuel. There was no more belief behind it. And so I guess a dissolving happened and no one did it.